the permanent secretaries in the Ministries of Health, as well as the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation, alongside the teams from the respective ministries and indeed State House. Mr. President, it is a delight to receive a delegation from the Czech Republic, led by the two Deputy Prime Ministers, including Mr. Marian Jurečka, the Deputy Prime Minister of the Czech Republic and Minister of Labour and Social Affairs, Dr. Vlastimil Válek, the Deputy Prime Minister of the Czech Republic and Minister of Health, His Excellency Pavel Prochaska, I really hope I'm not butchering these names, you can guide me, the Ambassador of the Czech Republic, you're most welcome, Ms. Bettina Stepakova, the General Director, or is it Director General, of the Ministry of Labour and Social Affairs of the Czech Republic, Ms. Jana Playerova, Director of the Cabinet, Ministry of Health of the Czech Republic, Ms. Patricia Klimasova Vlachova, the translator, as part of this delegation. Mr. President, at this point in time, I'd like to hand over to the visiting Deputy Prime Minister in the Czech Republic, Mr. Marian Jurečka, for his opening remarks.
Dobré odpoledne, vážený pane prezidente, dámy a pánové. Já moc děkuji za to, že se můžeme tady s vámi dnes setkat a že tady společně s panem vicepremiérem Válkem jsme na návštěvě v Zambii, také i s podnikatelskou delegací. A pro mě osobně už je to 5. návštěva Zambie a musím říct, že vaše vláda a vy osobně opravdu děláte obrovské pokroky. Od mé poslední návštěvy je vidět, jak se Lusaka opravdu posunuje kupředu, je tady vidět velký progres.
Your Excellency, Mr. President, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon to all of you. Thank you very much for having us over today. We are very happy that we could come here to visit with you. Myself and the Deputy Prime Minister and the Minister of Healthcare, Dr. Válek, are here accompanied by business delegation, and we are bringing entrepreneurs to your country. I'm here for the 5th time. I've already been here several times, and I have to appreciate your government for what you've done in the past years. I was here last 7 years ago, and I can see such an enormous progress you've done here, especially in the town of Lusaka. It's enormous what you've managed to do.
Naše země pojí opravdu už docela velká historie vzájemných vztahů. A myslím si, že teď prožíváme etapu, kdy ty vztahy daleko více zintenzivňujeme. Před rokem tady byl pan předseda Senátu, druhý nejvyšší ústavní činitel, a běží tady také klíčové projekty rozvojové spolupráce a myslím si, že se nám daří také postupně otvírat i tu biznisovou spolupráci.
Both our countries have long relations. We have a long history of having long relations, and we are not only having these relations, but we are intensifying them, and that's very important. Last year, the President of our Senate visited your beautiful country with a business delegation as well, and we keep developing not only the development cooperation, but also business cooperation and investments.
Chci vám, pane prezidente, poděkovat osobně i za to, že jste před 2 roky vy i ostatní někteří kolegové z jiných zemí Afriky jeli na návštěvu do Kyjeva na setkání s panem prezidentem Zelenským, protože je úplně něco jiného tu situaci komentovat zvenčí a úplně něco jiného je navštívit Kyjev a vidět tu situaci přímo na Ukrajině. Za to opravdu velký respekt a děkuji za to, jakým způsobem na tu problematiku nahlížíte, a věřím, že tento týden přinese opravdu i posun v tom, abychom našli mírové řešení a ukončení toho konfliktu na Ukrajině.
I would also like to thank you personally for your visit to Kiev 2 years ago. I know you visited Kiev together with other leaders, and you talked to President Zelensky. I think this is very important because there is one thing to commend the situation in Ukraine from your home country, and that's the other thing to go there and see it for yourself and support Ukraine this way. And I pay you great respect for doing that. And I hope that this week will finally bring us some development in that area, and we will see peace soon.
Měl jsem možnost včera a dnes mít jednání jednak s vaším poradcem, doktorem Lorencem, s mnoha i členy vašeho kabinetu, týmu, a musím říct, že ta jednání byla velmi konkrétní, velmi smysluplná a jsme schopni na nich stavět rozvoj další spolupráce. A i v tom duchu, který jste vy říkal v tom rozhovoru v politiku, aby jsme dokázali nejenom dělat rozvojovou spolupráci, ale hlavně dělat investiční spolupráci, opravdu tvrdé investice, které mohou pomoci vaší ekonomice.
I've had a chance yesterday and today to meet with your aide, Dr. Lawrence, but also other members of your cabinet, and I have to say that these meetings were very fruitful and very productive, and I believe that they will serve as a great base for further cooperation in between the two countries of ours. And I think that it's actually in the sense of your article in Politico, which I had the honor to read, where you're saying that you care not only for the development aid, but primarily for investments and direct hard investments that can help your economy progress and move forward.
A já si to dovolím na závěr odlehčit. Já jsem také bývalý ministr zemědělství a jsem farmář, stejně jako vlastně vy. A vyrostl jsem v tom farmářském prostředí. Dodnes mám malou farmu, takže když mám vládní prázdniny, tak strávím ty prázdniny na kombajnu, na traktoru, opravdu na poli. A když jste hovořil o té biznisové spolupráci, já jsem si dovolil dneska vzít s sebou ještě do této delegace, která tady za nás je, kolegu, který už 6 let dělá opravdu konkrétní investice, spolupráci s farmáři, dělá jim výživu, poradenství na farmách a vy jste jeden z největších chovatelů tady v Zambii, tak myslím si, že je dobré vidět, že i ty investice z České republiky sem už reálně jdou.
I would like to end on a lighter side. I'm a farmer. I grew up on a farm. I come from a farming family. You are a farmer yourself. I still keep a farm in the Czech Republic, and during the government break in the summer, I actually hop on my harvester and I drive it, and I drive my tractor, and that makes me very happy. And in that sense, I brought with me a colleague of mine who is also working in the area of agriculture, who's been active for 6 years now here in Zambia, helping with investments, helping farmers of all sizes, especially with consulting them on animal feed and providing them with animal feed. I know that you keep large herds, so meeting him may be of interest for you.
Thank you, Your Excellency. Perhaps is there any particular additional statement from the other second Prime Minister before we seek a reaction from our side?
Vaše excelence, vážený pane prezidente, dámy a pánové, jsem moc rád, že má první cesta do subsaharské Afriky vedla také do vaší krásné země, do Zambie.
Your Excellency, Mr. President, ladies and gentlemen, this is my first time to Africa, and I'm very happy that during this trip of mine, I had a chance to visit your beautiful country, Zambia.
Se Zambií nás spojí dlouhodobá spolupráce v oblasti zdravotnictví a já jako vicepremiér a ministr zdravotnictví si toho velmi vážím.
We've got a long-term relationship with Zambia in the field of healthcare, and as a Vice Prime Minister and the Minister of Health, I very much appreciate this cooperation.
Zambie je jednou z prioritních zemí rozvojové spolupráce, ale jsem rád, že zde působíme i napřímo v rámci misí MEDEVAC. Moji kolegové, kardiologové, neonatologové, kardiochirurgové, kteří se těchto misí zúčastní, včetně zdravotních sester, jsou právě v těchto dnech v Zambii. Je potřeba říct, že za dobu těch misí moji kolegové a kolegyně odoperovali více jak 160 pacientů ve vaší zemi.
Zambia is one of the priority countries of our development cooperation and development aid. And I'm very happy that we also work here directly under the framework of MEDEVAC missions. One of our MEDEVAC missions is now in Zambia. And I would like to say that my colleagues, because I'm a doctor myself, cardiologists, neonatologists, and nurses have performed surgery on 160 people already under the umbrella of their so far 3 missions.
Stejně tak jsem velmi rád, že dary, které poskytla Česká republika do vašich zdravotnických zařízení, například do Univerzity Teaching Hospital v Lusace, jsou více než využívány, ať už se jedná o neonatologické zdravotnické přístroje nebo speciálně upravený sanitní vůz pro transport inkubátorem nebo o nemocniční lůžka.
What is also making me happy indeed is that our donations, which we have made, for example, to the University Teaching Hospital in Lusaka, in the donation in the form of neonatology medical equipment, a specially equipped ambulance with transport incubator, and also hospital beds have been used properly and widely.
My jsme připraveni, a to mohu garantovat nejenom jako vicepremiér, ale také jako lékař a univerzitní profesor, jsme připraveni v této spolupráci intenzivně pokračovat a dále ji rozšiřovat.
And I can guarantee, as a professor at the university and a doctor myself, that this cooperation is sustainable, and we stand ready to intensely continue on cooperating with you, not only in this field.
Zájem o tu spolupráci je nejenom mezi mými kolegy lékaři, ale i samozřejmě mezi zdravotnickými firmami.
My colleagues, medical doctors, are very much interested in cooperating, and so are companies that are doing business in medical equipment and medical devices.
Bezesporu by zásadním způsobem přispělo k posílení té spolupráce podepsání memoranda, které již 2 roky připravujeme.
What would really help in this field is a memorandum which we would like to sign, and we've been working on that for 2 years.
A já pevně věřím, že se snad ještě podaří během této návštěvy buď dnes nebo zítra ráno toto memorandum podepsat.
And I firmly believe that during this visit of mine to Zambia, we will manage to sign this memorandum, hopefully today in the afternoon or tomorrow really early in the morning.
Nebudu zastírat, že to byl jeden z hlavních důvodů mé návštěvy.
I will not hide that that was actually one of the reasons for my visits to Zambia this time.
A má to i řadu dalších konsekvencí, z níž ta nejpodstatnější je, že Česká republika se snaží v rámci Evropské unie prosadit zásadní program na podporu afrických zemí.
It's got other consequences as well. The Czech Republic is one of those countries which are trying heavily in the EU to promote a program to actively support and assist African countries.
Komisař Josef Sikela, který má tuto problematiku na starosti a který je náš kolega, bývalý ministr naší vlády a přítel můj i Marianův, je připraven uvolnit na podporu 6 afrických zemí téměř 360 milionů euro.
One of the commissioners is our dear friend and our ex-colleague, ex-minister Sikela, and he's actually in charge of investments in the developing world, and he stands ready to support 6 African countries with 360 million euro.
My bychom velmi rádi, aby jednou z těch zemí byla vaše země Zambie a aby se z té pomoci uvolnilo 60 milionů euro pro vaši zemi, pro podporu zdravotnických projektů v vaší zemi, které společně připravujeme.
And we would like Zambia to be one of these 6 countries, and we would like to release 60 million for your country to support healthcare-related projects, which we are working on together with our Zambian counterparts.
Já jsem si 100% jistý, že podpis memoranda by tomu velmi napomohl.
And I'm 100% sure that signing the memorandum would help very much to make Zambia one of these 6 countries.
A bylo by mě velkou ctí, kdybych mohl pozítří informovat osobně našeho premiéra a pana ministra, stejně jako komisaře Josefa Sikelu, že memorandum bylo podepsáno a že dále prohlubujeme již tak k nádhernou spolupráci naší zemí.
It would be a great honor for me if I could, on Friday, when I come to Prague, inform my Prime Minister and also Commissioner Sikela about the fact that the memorandum has been signed, and we are thus deepening the already developed and beautiful cooperation in between the 2 countries of ours.
Abych byl na závěr také trochu méně seriózní, dovolím si drobnou poznámku.
To conclude this, on the lighter side as well, let me make a brief comment.
Já nejsem zemědělec, za což se omlouvám.
I'm not an expert in agriculture. I very much apologize for that. I'm not a farmer either.
ale budíš mi omluvou, že jsem byl 4 roky členem zemědělského výboru našeho parlamentu.
But for 4 years, I was a member of the Agri Committee of our parliament, so I've done some work on that field.
A 20 let jsem učil na naší veterinární fakultě.
And for 20 years, I was teaching at the veterinary department of our university.
Což země dělá velkého podporovatele zemědělství.
So that makes me a great supporter of agriculture, isn't that right?
Thank you, Your Excellency, and I wish to add that at the urging of the President, a significant number of Zambian government officials are also moving into agriculture. So agriculture is at the heart of really what the President wants to see. If you may permit me, Mr. President, to guide on the next steps moving forward, what we'll do is we'll call upon the Honourable Minister of Health for his initial reaction to the statements, who will then hand over to his counterpart in the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation. For his remarks, we'll then call upon the President. After the President's opening remarks, we'll allow our esteemed colleagues in the media, who we appreciate, to excuse the meeting for any remarks that could be held without the presence of the media. At this point in time, Mr. President, through you, sir, I'd like to call upon the Honourable Minister of Health.
Thank you. Good afternoon, Your Excellency. The two Deputy Prime Ministers, the Ambassador, His Excellency, to Zambia from Czech Republic, my colleague, Minister of Foreign Affairs. Your Excellency, we've been working very closely with the Czech Republic. Their presence is quite prominent in Zambia. The ambassador has been with us most often in terms of what they're doing, in the surgery they're doing with the heart hospital, Lewanika Hospital in Western Province, and also at UTH. And they want also to do some work at the kitchen there at
My sincere apologies, Honourable Minister. The only reason I'm cutting in is for the benefit of the rest of the delegation for the translation. So could we allow a situation where when the Minister speaks, we allow the translator to translate so that the rest of the delegation, including the second Deputy Prime Minister, could also... Everyone understands? Oh, I see. Okay, thank you very much. I'm guided. Thank you. Just wanted avoidance of doubt. Thank you, Honourable Minister.
Excellency, we have been very close to the Czech Republic. So far, we have received generous donations. The latest one is the 800 kgs worth of medical equipment, maternity beds, and also an ambulance and an incubator. The quality of their work is excellent. Pricing is quite competitive, and also delivery, they're on time. Your Excellency, they are helping the primary care in Zambia. They hope also to come up with an understanding with us, except that there are just small issues to clear with justice. Hopefully this afternoon, before the Deputy Prime Minister for Health Minister goes back, it will be done. We have been working very, very closely in terms of their proposing exchange programs to the health care in terms of health specialists and also equipment. The outcomes of all this is quite commendable, and our relationship is extremely good. The exchange program, they need to enhance it, especially when we signed the MOU, and also the 60 ambulance, we withdrew it from the private to give it government to government. We are working on that one to see how we can hasten it. Otherwise, they are a government that is so friendly to our government, and they support your ideas of this government. Your Excellency, I wish to thank you. I submit.
Thank you, Mr. President. Good afternoon. Good afternoon to our visiting delegation. I'll introduce myself. I'm Mulambo Haimbe, Minister of Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation. Perhaps to begin, Mr. President, may I join in welcoming you to the Republic of Zambia. And for the first-time visitor, please return many more times as we foster closer cooperation between ourselves and the Czech people. Mr. President, I've only got a very small comment to make in regard to the areas that the Excellencies have spoken about, which boil down to a closer and stronger relations between Zambia and the Czech Republic. And for us as the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation, we want to reaffirm our availability to embrace this stronger partnership. And also in terms of the policy of economic diplomacy that Mr. President, Zambia has been undertaking, this, I would want to say, is the right time for a stronger cooperation in economic terms as well. There are many opportunities for the Czech people here in Zambia as we strengthen our bilateral ties and as we strengthen also the multilateral ties under the EU framework. We are ready and available to work closely with the Czech people, and we welcome you in that regard. Let me also suggest that as we go along, we enhance the frameworks of cooperation, the legal documents that we have, so that this relationship can grow even stronger. I thank you, Mr. President. I thank you, Your Excellencies.
And the Honourable Minister would like to call upon you, sir, to call upon the President.
Mr. President, with those remarks, we invite you to give the initial response to what has been put forward on the table.
Thank you very much. Let me start by welcoming the two Deputy Prime Ministers to State House, to Lusaka, to Zambia, and your delegation. Ambassador, thank you for arranging this delegation, and our other colleagues. I also want to acknowledge my colleagues, the ministers that are in the meeting, Foreign, Health, and the teams, various teams that are in the meeting. We're very delighted to have you here in Zambia visiting us in a special way, and to have two deputy prime ministers in one meeting is really a clear demonstration of the strength of relationship between our two countries, the Czech Republic and Zambia. And I want to thank the Czech Prime Minister for allowing the two of you, please, through you and the diplomatic channels, express my gratitude, our government's gratitude for this gesture. I must also indicate, I'll slow down a little bit. Go ahead, continue. You're done? Yeah. I must also thank you for bringing along the business delegation. That is extremely important to our partnership because this government is focusing on obviously two pillars in our relationships with the Czech Republic and other countries. One is peace, security, stability. Very important to us. And that is why you saw this president being part of the delegation to Kiev to help really somewhat, whatever little way we could bring to an end that very unnecessary, very unfortunate war, which has brought so much damage to Ukrainians, to Russians, to a number of countries in the region, including innocent women and children, civilians. So we in this country carry a view that instability anywhere is instability everywhere. The disruptions of that war are clear, even on our African continent. with regards to the grain, with regards to fertilizer. As a farmer, I can emphatically talk about that. The negative impact of that war is clearly felt by all of us. And hence our approach as a country, as a government, that we are promoters of peace, security, and stability. So that's one angle. The next angle is economic cooperation. Just to economic cooperation. Yes, economic, social, anchored largely on economic cooperation, trade, investment. So we can create jobs for our people. So we can create business opportunities for our people. And I'm saying our people, Czech people, Zambian people in this partnership. And I really believe it is this angle that can sustain our relationship, because it's where the value is generated to support other aspects of our relationship. So I'm very delighted that you brought the business delegation, and the colleague that visited us before also brought a business delegation. And we're looking forward to deepening our relationship, Czech Republic, Zambia relationship, bilateral relationship, obviously, as the minister said, as an anchor to our global cooperation on the international arena. First, our relationship must be strengthened. And we know that the best is good, the work we are doing together in education, the work we are doing together in agriculture. Selfishly, I'm very happy about it. I remember as a young kid, actually, we used to have Czech tractors in this country. So we want to see more capital items even assembling here in the agriculture sector and in other sectors. Health is very important to us, extremely important to us. The COVID era taught us a lot. We lost a lot of people unnecessarily because initially the vaccines were only available to those who manufactured them. So we want to see capacity, invite Czech firms to jointly invest with Zambian companies in the manufacture of drugs. We are talking about One Health now, since you're a doctor, Deputy Prime Minister. One Health, human health, animal health. As we know, the two somehow commingle at some point. So we invite the Czech businesses to invest with us in this country, to increase our capacity to manufacture, including generic drugs and specialized drugs and animal vaccines. So we can build on this partnership that has been there for a long time. Ambassador, Your Excellency, we want to deepen this Czech Republic, Zambia, Prime Ministers, Zambia, Deputy Prime Ministers, Zambia, Czech Republic partnership. I did take note of your mention of first we had an MOU, I think in 2023, we signed an MOU, isn't it? Now we have to supplement that MOU with the MOU that you talked about. And guiding my colleagues, Minister, to make sure that that is resolved immediately. And the Deputy Prime Ministers and their delegation must go back with an enhanced MOU. So my colleagues in said house reach out to Justice. That's why we're here. And no further delays should be occasioned as a result of that. So I want to close the open session by saying that the world, the global geopolitics have changed. And we are aware of that. And that's why I think we ought to deepen our partnership with Czech Republic, Zambia, to recognize the changed environment. But honestly speaking, the stronger we are together, the safer the world is, the better the world will be in all respects, including peace, security, and stability, especially when we invest together, because we'll have a vested interest in many things that we do in different sectors. I think that, if you like, embeds the security of our two countries, security of our world, because we are intertwined, we are deeply connected in the things that we do. And I want to simply thank you once more for coming in this manner to visit us. And my teams are already guided to work very closely with your teams to get what needs to be done. And more importantly, Deputy Prime Minister, Ambassador and the team, we want to develop a common checklist of actions between the Czech Republic and Zambia on ongoing projects as one category. Category two, as projects we can work on together, especially in the investment areas, trade areas, so that, as I said, we can fund the bilateral other activities that are not income generating. We can fund them through the income generating activities. So I'd like to see a checklist, colleagues, of an action matrix that we do together, and that it's easy for then the two to report to the Prime Minister and the government and the people, the Czech people. It's easy for me to report to the people of Zambia of what we do. And that becomes our reporting too on a regular basis. New projects, we just add them on, and then we can monitor. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. President. At this point in time, we'd like to graciously